Hi everybody. I want to talk about some health stuff today. Um, I recently had a checkup, just a routine check, and they picked up a couple of things. One of which was my cholesterol's higher than they would like it to be. Um, and basically the doctor wants me to start taking statins. So I asked about the side effects, and some of them are not very nice. I mean, one of them is headaches and nausea and dizziness. I do have a lot of allergies to pharmaceuticals anyway, so I'm not anxious to take them. But I'm certainly not anxious to take them if I'm going to get more headaches, because I suffer from migraines anyway, and I'm going to talk about migraines later in this video. So I'll try and timestamp it if I remember. Um, if you suffer from migraines, yeah, keep watching, please, because it's something that I feel quite strongly about. But yeah, statins. I'm assuming that some of the people who watch this, sort of being older, are on statins, and they seem to be. Apparently, they were kind of prescribed almost routinely to people over 60 a few years ago. But I've decided for the time being, I'm not going to take them. I'm going to do what I can to improve my health by, natural means, or improve my cholesterol, or I don't know if it can be reduced, but you know what, I'm generally pretty healthy. I don't drink a lot. I have the odd, like, I'll have a glass of Prosecco now and again. I will have a gin and tonic now and again, but certainly not, sometimes not even once a week. I don't smoke. I eat pretty healthily. I'm not saying I don't have the odd, snack. I don't have the odd chocolate, because I do. But I don't eat like fish and chips and like burgers every night. I do have a pretty well balanced diet. I eat a lot of fruit and veg. Um, and I exercise fairly regularly, not as regularly as I should, but I'm going to address that, and I'm going to start exercising more because I am overweight and I need to get my weight down. So yeah, so statins. I just really like to know if anybody here is taking statins. I'd just like to know, if you can put in the comments your experience and how they've helped you. It's supposed to reduce the chance of me having a heart attack or a stroke. And because I suffer from migraines, I am at increased risk of stroke, apparently. However, I think you have to, you know what? I do believe in, like, managing. If I can manage my health through my diet and exercise, I would rather do that than take drugs with side effects. And statins certainly seem to have some quite unpleasant side effects. Oh, the other one's constipation. Yeah, so I'm not keen. And at the moment, I said I will think about it. I may change my mind. But I don't anticipate dying anytime soon, And I think I would, rather than suffer side effects from a drug that, um, I have looked at the statistics, and there doesn't seem to be a massive reduction in the incidence of heart attack or stroke in people who are taking statins anyway. I mean, it's quite a small percentage. So I just think, well, why would I do that? Why would I put up with those side effects and become dependent on a drug I don't necessarily need, and isn't necessarily going to increase my life expectancy? And if it is, I might not enjoy it. So, yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is migraines. And I don't know if anybody out there suffers from migraines, but I just want to say, if you don't, you're really lucky. If you do, you have my deepest sympathy, because it is awful. And I started getting migraines in my 20s, and I was in a supermarket one day, and I started having like flashing lights, and I didn't know what it was. And I know now it is an aura that people get before they get a full-on migraine. And since my 20s, I've had migraines. I've suffered from them, and at points, there've been points in my life where they've been really debilitating, where I've been, like in bed for 3 days, before the advent of, I take a drug called triptan, which it doesn't prevent them. The drugs I've been prescribed to prevent migraines had terrible side effects as well. So I think they put me on beta blockers or something like that. Didn't help my migraines. It just made a lot of things worse. So yeah, I'm reluctant to go down the drug route as well. But I do take triptans for my migraines, and they help massively. And for the last perhaps 20 years since the drug was introduced, maybe a bit longer than that, I've been able to function normally. Even if I've had a migraine, I've been able to still go to work. But what people don't understand is that the symptoms, it isn't just a headache. First of all, the headache you get with a migraine is, well, for me, I used to feel like I wanted to drill into my temple because pressure is so intense. The pain is, it's very difficult to describe how intense the pain is with a real migraine. You have eyesight problems. I also have, in the run up to a migraine, I get very tired. I get overwhelming exhaustion. And that's how I know I'm getting a migraine. I get pains, muscular pains, particularly in my neck and my shoulders, in the run up to a migraine. And after I've recovered from the migraine, even taking some triptan, I have problems with my balance and my muscles ache, particularly my legs. So I just want to say, if you suffer from migraines as well, and you found out, I know they say it, there are dietary things you should cut out in your diet. Believe me, I've tried all of them. I've tried cutting out red meat, chocolate, red wine, which I don't really drink anyway, but chocolate, red meat, red wine, cheese. Cheese, I think, does. It doesn't help, nor does eating spicy foods. But it's always seems to be a combination of something else. Like maybe I've eaten spicy foods and had a gin and tonic, or I've eaten cheese and I've been really stressed. It seems to be a combination of more than one thing. So yeah, if you've got experience of either being on statins or having migraine, please leave a note in the comments, or any other health issues that you want me to talk about or look into. I'm a great believer in, always trying the holistic route as well, because I think our mental approach to illness has a huge bearing on our recovery and how we live with an illness. You can get people who are disabled who get really depressed and they get really down in the dumps, and there are other people like Nick Wojcik. I have got a video of his in my playlists if you want to watch it, who was born with no arms and no legs, and he has the most fulfilling life. So I do think that your mental attitude has a huge impact on your health and your longevity. So yeah, not a particularly exciting subject today, but just something that we do as we get older. I think that apparently high cholesterol is not uncommon anyway as we age, and the older we get, the more we're going to have kind of problems, and like your kidney function diminishes, everything diminishes as we get older. So yeah, at the moment I don't want to go down the drug route, but I'd really like to have your comments and your views, and yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.